Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to do a different kind of video. This is a cooking video. We're going to talk about how to make hash browns. I've loved hash browns my whole life. For the last 10 to 20 years, every time I go to a restaurant and order hash browns, I taste preservatives because restaurants buy frozen, pre-shredded hash browns that come in a carton. And when I worked in a restaurant years and years ago, we would boil potatoes and then we would shred them, and that's how we make them. So what I have here is a potato that I parboiled last night. It's just a russet potato that I cut in half. I put it in a pan, covered it with water. Once it came to a boil, I let it go for about 15 more minutes, and then I took it off the heat, took it out of the water, and just let it cool for a bit, and then put it in the refrigerator so it chills really good overnight. Notice I didn't peel it yet, but now I just use a paring knife. And just like in the Army on KP duty, you sit there and peel a potato just like this. Okay, now the potato is peeled. The next thing we do is shred it. I'm just using a cheese grater here. What you want here is a very firm, dry potato. If you've ever grated a raw potato, you'll know that it's very wet. Parboiling kind of takes away a lot of that moisture somehow. And what you want is a firm, you don't want it mushy. It's kind of dry. It's a little bit sticky, but anyway, there's one order of hash browns, and here's the other. Now the potatoes are shredded. We put the pan on the stove. We set it for medium high, or 350 degrees, and let it heat up. A good way to know when your pan is hot enough, get a little bit of water and drop it in the pan. If it just sizzles in place like that, it's not hot enough. So we're going to wait another couple of minutes. Okay, there we go. Do you see how the water beads up and kind of rolls off the pan a little bit? That's how it's hot enough. When you see the water beading up like that, that's what you want. And now, I'm going to pour some avocado oil in here. Avocado oil has a very high smoke point. You can also use sesame oil. Anything with a high smoke point, it should say on the label. When we put the hash browns in, I'll make one serving at a time because the pan does not get hot enough out to the edges to do 2 servings. Get the edges all nice and clean like this so it's not loose and falling apart. Pat it down a bit, make a patty out of it. And we'll let that go for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, so these are getting close to done. One thing I need to do frequently is tilt the pan to put the oil back onto the hash browns like this, because it always wants to run to the edge of the pan. But as you can see right here, there's some brown around the edges. That means we've got hash browns. So the first thing I'm going to do with my smaller spatula here is just loosen those edges like that. And then I'm going to put some more oil around the edges so it heats up. And with my big spatula, I'm going to pick that sucker up and get the oil under it. And voila. Okay, these have been going about 3.5 to 4 minutes. I think they're pretty much done. We're going to let them stay in the pan. We're going to cook some eggs next. And now it's time to serve it up. Look at those hash browns. And none of this was cooked with any preservatives, no Teflon, real butter, not margarine. And there's a wholesome, delicious breakfast.
Mmm. Oh, yeah.
So that's how we like to make hash browns. Real potatoes, no Teflon in the pan. It's just cooked on stainless steel. And we love them. They're delicious. So give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And if you'd like to see some more in the future, consider subscribing to our channel. And we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.